Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing ingredients in your products. So when you go to buy like a bottle of shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, whatever product you're getting, it's important that you read the ingredient list. I think a lot of people just look at the surface. Maybe they just list one bold product and say coconut oil, so you just pick it like, oh, that has to be good. But if you actually go through like the full at the back of the bottle or the side or wherever the product places the ingredient list, you will find out that there are a lot of other products listed, and some of those products are not very great for your natural hair. And if you're going to be successful on your natural hair journey, you have to pay attention to these products. While I might not be able to list out everything that you should look out for before you purchase a product, I can list out the things that you should make sure your product does not contain. So if you're going through the ingredient list and you find any of these products or these ingredients rather, that's probably not a good product for you. The first on this list is sulfates. Sulfates it's a chemical cleaning agent. You usually find it in like anything that has like a soap base. What sulfates do, they are deep cleansers, and they what causes like your shampoo to lather, to foam basically. So if you're using a shampoo like that foaming thing, most times it's caused by sulfate content. There are other foaming agents that are more natural, that are not based on sulfates, but like most shampoos, because it's cheaper and easier to use, they just use sulfates. Now, the dangers with sulfates is that they're very, very drying. So it might be listed as sodium lauryl sulfate in the ingredient list. If you're using a sulfate shampoo, you might be having problems with moisture retention, because sulfates make your hair strands extremely dry, and additionally sulfates cause your hair to be frizzy. So when your hair gets dry, of course the frizz follows, so it strips it out of all the moisture that is in the hair. If you're trying to get rid of, like, maybe if you have locks and you have like a lot of dirt trapped in it, it might be a good option. But if you're just getting like your regular wash, you don't need something that strong. It's literally like putting detergent in your hair, so it will become very, very frizzy. Your ends will look unhealthy. You can see my ends, you can see how they look like put together, blunt. You're not seeing those like small scraggly ones flying around. So that's caused by frizz, and that happens when your hair is too dry and it starts to have like a negative electric charge, if that even makes sense. But yeah, also it's an allergen, so it means that it can very easily inflame your scalp. You start to have like your scalp will hurt. It will increase the amount of dandruff and psoriasis and other things that would happen to your scalp if you use a sulfate shampoo. So I advise that when you're buying shampoos, either you go through the ingredient list and make sure it doesn't contain sulfates, or some products just list it right there, they say sulfate free shampoo, so the product might actually state that they're sulfate free. If you see that, then that's a good shampoo to use. The second ingredient that you should look out for and avoid at all costs are parabens. Parabens are literally found in a lot of, and this doesn't just apply to hair products, by the way. You can also find them in even like your skincare products, but for the purpose of this vlog, we're concentrating on hair products. Parabens, they're usually listed as methyl paraben and propyl paraben. So if you read the ingredient list and you see that it contains parabens, you should probably just drop that bottle of whatever it is. Parabens have what they call endocrine disruptors. They when they enter your body, they act as estrogen imitators, weak estrogen imitators. So basically the science is that when your body absorbs the parabens contained in whatever product that has parabens in them, it will go to the parts of your, because they're estrogen imitators, it will go to parts of your body that naturally secrete estrogen, and your body is going to read it, it's going to interpret it as actual estrogen. So it will go to like your reproductive organs, your breast, other places like that. The problem, however, is that even though your body reads it as estrogen, it is not actual estrogen. So it's going to cause like hormonal imbalance. You're going to see like you might start having a lot of issues. You know how if your hormones are all over the place, it can affect your follicles. Your hair can start to fall out. That's why you see people sometimes might lose hair during pregnancy, breastfeeding, and times like that because of like the hormonal fluctuations. But if you're using paraben-based products without even being pregnant or having anything that would naturally affect your hormones, those estrogen imitators would have the same effect. They've even been linked to certain kind of cancers that like affect reproductive health, like reproductive organs like your ovaries, your breasts, etc. Even if like these studies are not conclusive, you're safer avoiding them altogether, right? Just opt for paraben-free products. So if you're checking a product, whether it's for your hair, whether it's for your skin, and they list parabens as part of the product, then you might want to hands off it altogether. I know that some countries have even banned the use of parabens in their products altogether. Like if you're a manufacturer in those countries, they don't let you include parabens in your product. But some other countries try to like regulate it. But the safest approach is to avoid it altogether. The next ingredients I'm going to talk about are petroleum jelly or petroleum, and mineral oil. I'll just talk about them together because they're like quite similar. They're byproducts from like from crude oil, like all those crude byproducts when you refine crude oil. They are not natural oils or natural butters or whatever. It's a synthetic product and it's not renewable because of course it got them from crude oil. While it might act as like, if you remember older hair products like hair grease, those kind of products that are like grease based, the base was usually petroleum jelly. And while it might help to kind of like seal in moisture because it's not water permeable, it's not soluble at all, the downside is that it will hamper your growth, one, because they clog your pores. They are very concentrated and your body cannot absorb petroleum jelly or mineral oil. So it will sit on your scalp. It will cause a lot of buildup. It will clog your pores, and if it clogs your pores, your hair cannot grow freely like it normally would. Then another problem is the fact that it's like the breeding ground for bacteria, because it just sits on your scalp and a lot of bacteria will fester and fungi and stuff. So you might have like more inflammation. Your dandruff might just increase and you'll be wondering like what's causing it. If you're using products that have petroleum jelly, that might be the problem. If you're looking for butters or things that have like a butter consistency as a sealant, you should opt for natural butters like shea butter, avocado, cocoa butter. All of those ones, they're natural. Your strands can actually absorb them and they're not going to like sit on your scalp and just clog it. So if you notice mineral oil or petroleum jelly, or sometimes listed as petroleum in your product, that's probably something you should drop right away. The last ingredient I'm going to talk about is silicones. So silicones are synthetic fillers. They're added to like products. They give you like a full silkiness to your strands, and they kind of like give your hair more volume. They're usually found in like all those conditioners that tout themselves as volumizing, or they'll give you more volume. Chances that volume comes from like silicones. Well, there are people who argue that silicones are not entirely bad. In my experience, if you use silicone-based products, because it will just sit on your hair, it acts like an extra coating over your own natural strands. It can hamper how your hair absorbs other products like your leave-in conditioners, oils, etc. And because the synthetic material is really hard to get rid of, so you will have build-up, but not the easy to get rid of kind. It's going to be really, really hard to wash out, and it can cause that feeling where like you wash your hair but you're feeling like your hair is not still clean. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, like you've had several washes, but when you feel your hair, you feel like it's not clean enough. It might be caused by silicone buildup on your hair and on your scalp. So it's best to avoid it, and it can cause like a serious inflammation problem when it has gotten into your scalp and starts to irritate it. The thing is, when you put anything that's unnatural on your body somehow reacts to it. Silicones and other synthetic based materials are not natural, so your body might be allergic, or your scalp will just start to act up or start to flake or get super dry, or it will build up so much that your growth rate will reduce because you're basically suppressing your pores and your hair cannot grow out as freely as it normally would. So if you're looking to have healthy hair, I'm going to list them again: sulfates, parabens, petroleum jelly, and mineral oil, and silicones. Always look out for there's still some others I probably can't remember right away, but those particular ones, look out for and avoid them in whatever product you're getting. That's like one of the ways to have really, really healthy hair. Look out for things that list natural ingredients. If you want oils rather than mineral oil and stuff, go for actual nuts and seed based oils like coconut oil, almond oil, extra virgin olive oil, palm kernel oil. Those are great oils that castor oil as well, that would boost like the health of your hair, help your hair to grow better, and will not clog, very importantly, will not clog your scalp and your hair, because your body actually has the ability to absorb them. So those are my top tips, and I hope that's helpful. So those are my top tips, and I hope that's really helpful, and I hope that going forward you're going to be paying attention to the ingredients in whatever product you're getting. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.